What will Omaha look like 10 years from now? Honestly, I think this city is going to look completely different, and I don't think people realize how fast Omaha is changing right now. A lot of people still talk about Omaha like it's a small Midwest city, but if you've lived here for any length of time, you've probably noticed description doesn't really fit anymore. The metro is approaching 1 million people, depending on how you measure it, and the growth is happening in almost every direction. When I look ahead to the next decade, I think Omaha has the potential to become one of the most important cities in the Midwest for business, real estate, and development. The first place you'll notice that change is downtown. Downtown Omaha is already in a major transformation. You have the new Mutual of Omaha Tower changing the skyline. You have the streetcar project moving forward. The riverfront redevelopment has completely reshaped parts of the city. More apartments are being built, older buildings are being converted, and entertainment options are continuing to expand. What's interesting is that downtown is slowly becoming more than just a place where people work. For years, many people drove downtown in the morning and left at the end of the day. Now you're seeing more people live there and spend weekends there and walk around, visit restaurants and events, and building a lifestyle around being in the downtown area. I think that trend is only going to accelerate over the next 10 years. At the same time, West Omaha is going to continue to expand at an incredible pace. Areas like Elkhorn, Gretna, Bennington, and West Sarpy County are still expanding more and more. Neighborhoods are being built just like schools are being opened, more retail, restaurants, office spaces, and commercial development continues to follow the rooftops. If you've watched Omaha grow over the last 20 years, there's no reason to think that expansion suddenly stops. If anything, the growth pattern is becoming more aggressive. And with that growth comes another prediction. I think the Omaha real estate market is going to become significantly more expensive over the next decade. Now, do I think Omaha turns into an Austin, a Nashville, or some coastal market? Probably not, but I do think the days of Omaha being considered a cheap place to buy real estate are slowly disappearing. Construction costs continue to rise, land keeps getting further west, infrastructure becomes more expensive, and more people continue to move into the metro every year. Those factors all put pressure on housing prices over time. But if there's one thing that concerns me when I think about Omaha's future, it's not housing, it's jobs. I think Omaha is doing a great job growing physically. New developments are being built, new neighborhoods are being created, new amenities continue to arrive, but eventually all of that growth has to be supported by business growth as well. At some point, Omaha has to think bigger when it comes to attracting major employers. If other cities are aggressively recruiting technology companies, regional headquarters, manufacturing, healthcare, expansion, and other large employers, Omaha has to compete for these opportunities too, because population growth by itself isn't enough. You need high-paying jobs that encourage young professionals to stay here. You need companies that attract talented people from outside the state. You need wages that can keep pace with the rising housing costs and the overall cost of living. Without that economic growth, there's a risk that Omaha continues expanding outward physically while the business side struggles to keep up. And I think that's what makes the next 10 years so important. The opportunity is absolutely here. Omaha already has many of the ingredients companies are looking for. A central location, a strong quality of life, good schools, affordable living, compared to really other markets, and a growing population. And on top of that, a strong business community. The question is whether the city really fully leans into that opportunity. Because I really believe the next decade will determine whether Omaha becomes a true Midwest power or whether it gets passed by cities that are really more aggressive at attracting investments in business growth. My prediction, by 2036, Omaha is going to look dramatically different than it does today. There'll be more development, more density, more people, more business, more competition, and a lot of areas that feel like the edge of town today will simply feel part of the city. And I also think a lot of people are going to look back and wish they invested in Omaha and their real estate market sooner. The city is changing. The question isn't whether growth is coming. The question is how Omaha chooses to manage it. So I'm curious, what do you think Omaha needs most over the next 10 years?